All right. What's up, QB? What up, Unity Coder? How are you guys doing? I had to reboot my computer, so it's taking a few extra minutes. I'm launching Unity, and yeah, that's about it. How are you guys doing? I think we can actually do this now. Since things are starting. Doing fine. How are you today? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. A little bit annoyed. I was recording my YouTube tutorial thingy for Unity that I've been doing. And I figured out the way I want to do it. So I spent like an hour on recording. What up, Chris? Welcome. How are you doing today? And I realized my camera is really far to the side. Let me fix that. Same here, yeah. But yes, and then when I was done recording most of the things, I checked the videos and they were terrible. As in, there was lag in them and the bitrate was really weird. So I have to re-record everything, and that's really annoying. Let me open up the ticker so we can see what we're doing today. Right, yesterday we learned about Fmod and we got that into the game, and we converted our audio manager to use Fmod. Fmod kind of became the audio manager. So today we're looking into collision, ceiling collision to start off with. Fix ceiling collision. Look into other collision as well. Cool. That is what I'm doing today. Since stuff happened, I need to write a couple of things. Bear with me for a minute. Collision. All right, good. Cool. Now I'm ready to do things. I wanted to look into my ceiling collision again, so I'm going to go to my collision component is what it's called. Right now we have a custom way of checking ceiling collision, and I want to fix that. Well, I want to fix my ceiling collision, and I'm thinking that I'm going to rework how I'm doing the collision. I'm using my previous position, but I shouldn't be using the previous position. So what is wrong is, let me open Paint, because Paint is perfect for this. Let's say that this is the world. And there we go, and the red one is the player. So if the player jumps and hits this corner, or the ceiling here, the player would be moved down a little bit. we collide here. Let's make this bigger and zoom in. Not sure how I'm going to visualize this, but we collide it. It's so bright. Can I invert the colors? No, I can't. Then my ceiling collision would say that previous position was like here somewhere, and we collide. No, this is hard to explain. We also move to the side, so if you move diagonal, let's say I collide there, then to check the collision upwards from the previous position to the new position, I am dragging a line from this position and up instead of doing a diagonal line that I need to do. It's I can't explain it that way. But I just shouldn't use the previous position. That's all. And then I'm going to do another collision. What I want to do is basically remove the previous position. Even though I'm calculating the distance from it, I shouldn't do that. We should always do the same length. And yeah, let's do that on all our collision. I'm just commenting this out so we can see how it works without the previous position. We just use the new position and no special stuff.
Amazing, astonishing, not bad.
Now we get interesting. Cool. So that is working perfectly, as we can see. It is not. I kind of want to redo the collision completely with how I'm doing it. Currently I'm doing box cast. I'm thinking about doing ray cast instead. A few of them. Basically what I want to do is did I save this, by the way? I probably did. And close it. Yesterday I drew a picture of how I want to do it, so I probably want to do a lot of raycasts. So let's do that. In our collision check component, I'm going to comment my current collision out. And I'm going to do another type of collision. To player position would be ceiling collision. So I need player position. And not check ceiling collision. I realize my camera is kinda can I flip the camera? Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. And how does it look on this one? Would that mean I'm not flipped here either? So if I flip myself, can I? Horizontal. Perfect. Yeah, good. Looks like I'm looking at the screen and not away from the screen, so that's better. Okay, ceiling collision is something I want to do now. We send in the player position, that's all we should need. But before we do ceiling collision, I want to do a movement collision. check movement collision. What I want to do. Yo Herman, thank you very much for the follow. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. That's not what I want to do. Movement collision. Alright. So in this one, we want to take in the player position, and we also want the position info, previous position value. Welcome to the stream. Let's create an upload so we just have it. Cool. Here we could use the this calculation. So what I want to do is, where do I get player size? Is that just object size? Okay. Alright, so what I want to do is, when I move, I want to do a box cast from my position from my previous position to my new position. I realized I moved my camera so far to the side that do this couldn't see my hands. So that's great. All good. Problem with this though is that I'm probably in different positions on different scenes. Perfect. All right, good enough. Yes, so let's comment out ceiling collision first. Here I want to do a box cast, so let's do a physics 2D box cast. And I probably want to do a box cast all, do I? Yes. What do I manage to do stuff? Okay. For a box cast we need origin, which would be the previous position. It's called just previous position and not value. Then we need the direction, I assume, of the size. That's the object size. And we need the angle. The angle is going to be 0. Direction would be actually let's make a direction, because that would be the transform position, or the player position. We should not use transform position. Why am I even... Let's see what I'm actually doing here. What up, G? Making dinner? Alright, cool. What dinner are you eating today? So we want to grab the new position. The move distance would be new position to the previous position. We wouldn't care about the object size in this case. Direction would be... direction and move distance will be the same. Pretty much. Just to move this, this will be move distance normalized, would be the direction. And then we need to do the move distance dot magnitude. Get the distance. Right? Yeah. I think that is correct. Now we are probably going to be able to have a lot of hits, so I need to think about how we handle them. The thing with this is we need to find the hits that are closest to us on both axes. Axes. So the closest one would be because we don't care about collisions that happen further in, I would say. The closest X would be, could just do the distance from everything, but that wouldn't be. We're doing this every frame, so should probably not use magnitude either, but let's do it for now. Or you could probably use the move distance and the magnitude. Oh, the distance would be 1. Should work. So closest X would be, just make it easy. Vector to distance. Do all the hits. We hit dot point and layer position dot position. Closest position. X is less than that. Let's do the same for Y. I'm going to clean this up later. I just wanted to get the values first. Remember to put that. The correct one would be can't use the distance. We need to do point X minus layer position X to get the closest X. And to make sure this is correct, do just a maps on this, I guess. Same here. The reason I'm doing a collision box cast all is because I want to grab more than one collision. So if we go diagonal, we might hit both the ceiling and the wall in the same frame. So if you only grab one collision, then that would be weird. I'm grabbing the closest X and closest Y so we can use them. Okay. We basically want to save the points of the closest collision to a vector 2 x point and close to the y point. Now we have the closest points. We do that. Then we move our player from the to the. Also need the normal. Let's do a. Can I do a custom collision? What do I have in custom collision? Collision, but normal. Collision is what I'm going to call it, and then we have Y collision. X collision. Why can I not? Point. Through. Normal would be hit to normal. That would be not do distance right. We're saving all the values we need. Then we will do transform player position. But X would be should we move the player out with that amount, or should we can set the position to start with? Play position X is the X collision hit point. Here we need also to check if we have collisions, X collision. Collision point X plus object size dot X times 5. And we'll do the same with the Y. But we'll use the Y position instead. Or the Y axis on all of it. Play position. This should give us very basic collision. Also not setting the layers I need to collide with that. The layer ground. working perfectly, I see. Static player. Why are we... Let's do the debug log. X collision. Want to see if I get in here. Y collision. It had a single X collision. So my goal with this, alright, we never set ground collision and stuff. Let's do ground. Oh. Collision. How do I set this? Normally I just do that. X Y collision. But it is weird though. We're doing a box cast, layer ground. What is layer ground? Ground is ground, boxy, and layer collision, so that should be fine. Or I'm going to check movement collision in here. Also, if we do a non-alloc instead, recasting 2D, 5. Is that not how you use it? Using here. We are converting this to a for loop index, and now we go through slice instead. What I want to do is debug log and move distance. I have a feeling that the move distance is very, very short. Or 0. Now we're actually moving down. If we do this normalized, then we're 1, because that should be pretty far. No? That is not the one. Runtime manager, the audio manager, where I get the music. Let's comment that out for now. Origin in its previous position. We should move the move distance, which is being set. Normalize the direction. One, am I missing something? Oh. I'm thinking that our... There we go. I'm inside the wall though, but it's better. Let's change which room I'm in to room 11. Let's not normalize the move distance now. Let's draw a line where what the raycast is. Let's do a debug, draw a line. Start would be previous position. The end would be previous position plus move distance. And let's set the color to well, oh, I'm gonna see it here. Good. No. Plus new vector team. 0.1, 0, 0. Let's do this, and then I'm going to do a okay, so the move distance is so small that we can't see it when we stand here. Pretty much. We one hit. We have X collision and Y collision. Of course we do. fourth, we're going to have an X and Y collision. And I'm going to take this. I'm also going to multiply it. But this wouldn't work. The problem right now is that if I'm doing a box cast, I will always get collision, both an X and Y collision. I need to know if the collision normal. So if collision hit normal, abs normal, that X is larger than 0.5. And we do this. And if Y is larger, then we do this. Perfect. Except that I'm moving the player always to the right if I collide with the wall. But we are stuck on the ground now. Good. If we go to the left, I get stuck to the wall. Good. My question now, alright, is because I'm doing this. See the line. So move it out of the object size, but we need to add a tiny bit of, tiny bit more. Because now when we move it out, we are going to be perfectly aligned with the edge, which will lead to a collision. Due to stuff like floating point errors and such. So now I get the collision. But when I move, you can see that the line is there. Distance should probably be 0.5f because I think I'm moving it to full. Needs even less because of the size of the object. We're sending in the whole object size. Move that distance. think about this for a little bit. I want to see how much the move distance is when I move. Yeah, that size is 0.03. Yeah. So if I make the object size half the object, it wouldn't be good, but probably kind of need like 0.95 or something. Oh, it could be that. Let's go to the player and let's. Yeah, this is the issue. The player is 0.5 big, too high. That is why it feels like it's snapping. But that is the body at least. Then we have another collider which is 75. So if we make this 75 of the we should change the object size on the player. Check. It should be 0.75. That should be the player collision. Actually see how I think it's the same. I'm wondering if I can't do what I think I'm doing. If I think it's normalizing that, and we need the magnitude. Alright, we always have ground collision. We'll move this out. Okay, now we have ground collision and it's working nicely. Or we have collision in general, it's working nicely. We are moving the player a little bit away from it. Let's see if I need that. I think I do. Yeah, else we are stuck. But it could probably 0.1 instead of 0.5 or 0.01 instead of 0.05. Ground, For the move distance, all good. Magnitude. What is the issue now? We are... There is no issue. Oh well, that's the issue. Before I can have this and just handle everything. It would be kind of sick. So we need to move it. Now we just move it out with the object size. We need to multiply this. With the normal. So it's the Y collision normal. Y will multiply something. We need to do the same thing up here. So I'm just copying that and probably needs to be the negative normal. One is pointing up, so no, it should be the correct normal. It's the way we're moving the player. Okay. I feel like now I need to log. Oh, this is in the Y collision normal. That makes a lot of sense. Why it got stuck. Cool. And we are stuck on the ground as well. Remove this. Did I have more? Yeah. Cool. Now that is working. What would be the next? We need to be able to jump. How was I doing that? Ground collision. For ground collision, if collision is enabled, I disable the collision in my jump. I do not. So let's go to jump and see what we're doing. Jump. So on jump. When we do this, we position and the dash. Freeze the position, we'll freeze gravity. That is true, and this performs. That means we're performing jump. The jump position. We should be removing platform values. Collision. Let's jump info, then ground. I guess that's the layer I should use, but I don't think that would solve my issue with jumping. Is it because I changed the object size? No, it shouldn't be. These don't need them showing up, but I'm a bit interested in knowing what I did before with jumping. Based on jump. I'm only getting the collision for the ground based on the jump. When we jump, oh. So now, since we always have collision with the ground, because we're always doing from previous position, then when we're standing, we have collision with the ground every frame. That is why we're having an issue. So when we jump, we still have collision, so even if we move up further, we are going to have previous position be where we are standing. That will always collide with the ground. What we could do is I could stop the collision for a frame when we jump. But that's not what I want to do. I want to find a good solution for this one. I think that's going to be a bit harder to do. Well, I've been going for almost an hour. I'm going to take a small break here and think about how I can do this. So I will be back in like 5 minutes. I'm going to make a cup of tea. Be back soon. Alrighty. Continue with this. I still haven't solved the issue I was thinking about, or this issue. We're always colliding, but we're jumping, so our direction is up. So I'm thinking I could. Let's try this. Position would be previous position plus move distance times That didn't work? No. Works sometimes. But yeah, the way I'm thinking about this is it is kind of working as it should. What I want this to be is if something goes wrong, this will catch all. So if this collides with the wall, we'll go to that position. I can remove the ground collision. Let's keep the ground collision in there. This is the movement collision. And I'm going to do a player position, a ground collision. Ground collision. Player position. So in here I will do a breakcast straight down from the bottom of this. So let's get the position first. Start position. It'll be player position minus object size times 0.5f. And not the minus because it's a vector 2 and it should be fine. Start position, that will be at the bottom of the player. So basically this position. But I want it to start not at the bottom, I want it to be a bit higher up. So then let's do another raycast. And here we'll just do a box cast. No, the box cast will just do a ray cast. Normal one. Origin direction would be vector 2 down. So context filter will just do a distance would be 0.1 up. I actually want to do more than one. I want to do 3 of them. Let's make it 4. Three. Five. If we have a single collision, then we are grounded. We also want to put the player up from the collision position. So we'll have a collider. Should open page for this. Paint is good. We'll basically have, this is the ground. Ground. This is the player. Be like this, and then we are going to have the ground collisions like this. If one of them is hitting the ground, then we are grounded. So that is my next thing to do. Start position would be this, slightly into the player. Yeah. Because this object size that I'm doing here should be smaller than the actual player. So this should be like 0.9. And then the distance of this one should be the 0.9 of object size, downward distance would be object size y times 0.1. Then we can actually start from point this, then that should be 95. We start from same position. This is ending. I think. And then we do a little bit longer than it. And if this is hitting the ground, then we are grounded. That collider, no. Then do the grounded collision. Be a new custom collision and set the values enabled. Collision normal would be hit dot normal, then collision point would be hit dot point. We have the has collision is true. But we shouldn't do this. We should do a custom collision, ground collision. Because then we'll have base values that we can always send through. And we will do cut out the ground collision is a new one. And when we're done, we can just do this. Ground collision. It's a class, so I don't really have to create a new one. Oh. I thought custom collision was a Is anything going to be problematic if I make it a struct, I wonder? I don't think so. Or is it? I mean, they are struct values. Yeah, it wouldn't work. Remove that and let's actually move this in here again. And instead of doing, we could return from here. We need to move the player though properly. So we don't need a new. We will. That one, and then we do collision dot. Here we'll just do ground collision. Collision collision is false. Turn player position. Cool. Now we need to move the player as well to the, like we're doing right here. We should only move it if it has collision. So what would be nicer here would be if hit collider is null, then continue to an early return or early continue, I guess. And here we just do, well, we know that the hit is going to have a collision in this case, so we can do this. The player position would be just the hit dot collision point. Point. And the hit dot normal. Now this is so low. The music. So with this, we need a hit point. We're hitting the object size 0.5. That would be good. I think. I think this is correct. We are standing on the ground. We can jump. We do have a little bit of lagging back and forth when we move into the wall. That is because I'm placing, that will disappear when I do the side collision as well with the raycast. Can I remove? Let's edit settings. Do we have a debugger somewhere? Debug overlay disabled. All right, so the collision is working for ground and for like our general collision, so we can't clip through things. And we can jump around. So now I kind of want to do this, but for left and right as well. Also, I just realized I'm doing 3 raycasts in the same position. That's not what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do is to have the start position would be between raycasts would be the object size .x, the half of it. So if we start all the way to the left, then we move half to the right, and then we move half to the right again. That would give us 3 of them, and 1 in the middle and 2 at the extremities. The start position would then be this, and start position .x minus this distance between raycasts. And in here we do, I would like to do start position would be .x plus equals distance between raycasts times I. No, that wouldn't work. The start position is going to change between, so we need a new position in here. Let's call this base position. Then we'll do our start position, base position, or base position plus distance between raycast times I, because that would be 0, 1, and 2. So that should be good. Interesting music. Okay. Right, we have origin. We need to send. No, we need. Yeah, we need to send in the origin as well. It's a float though, so that's not. Stephen Mello, thank you very much for the follow. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. So let's make this base position, and then we do origin plus equals origin.x plus equals this. Hope you're having a wonderful day, Stephen. Thank you, thank you. Now we'll have. Yeah, this is correct. Cool. Can I now make this a bit more generic, where I just send in a direction and which collision it should handle? So, what do I need from this to make it work? So we need the on vertical ones we'll have object as X. So this is something I would have to send in. So we'll have the direction of the axis. I am not very much a fan of this song. It's almost over though. Just 5 more seconds. Okay, so we have how we need the axis. That would be the x-axis. We're moving along. Between rays. The object size would work because of the base position, but we need the so how would I I'm thinking how I can make this more generic so I don't have to copy paste all of this. Because it would be nice to handle it all the same way. Or maybe I just should copy and paste this and yeah, let's do that for now, like I did before. Handle ceiling collision. Because this would be pretty much the same, except that the base position would be plus. This would be the same with the X. the collision would be, let's just call this collision instead, and set this to ceiling collision. When we do all of this, this works. It should be vector to up instead. I know it's not good practice to just copy it, but it's the fastest way to do it right now. So we do where we are placing the player would be minus instead, and then it would be kind of the same. Yes. Then we could also do handle ceiling collision with position would be that. So the horizontal collision would be pretty much the same as well. I could probably even... No, I need to have a direction. And this one needs to change. No, it does... This does not need to change because we're taking the normals. It doesn't really matter. This is still the same. That doesn't have to change. It should be plus. Let's see. Horizontal collision. Distance between raycast would be object size y. We're not doing 3 here. We are going to do... So let's see how this would be. If we do 3, we can't do... We need 5 minus 1. That would be the more generic, so we could send in the amount of collisions. Or amount. Because I'm not sure how many rays I want to have to decide, but 3 would probably be too few. The distance between these would be y. But that's not how we should set it. The base position should always start at the edge, which would be object size dot y and 0.5f. So it would always be half this size. Web collision would be left wall collision. Origin, so the origin would move y. This would be through ray amount. Vector would be, we're doing left to start with. Left. Distance would be 0.1f. And layer based on jump, no. No. I think the left one should only be layer ground. Position is left wall collision. There should be layer position X. This one only cares about the X. With this, I think the only thing I would need to change for another collision on the other side would be direction. Let's send in a vector to direction. Right there. Because I think that would be all I need for that. We could do player position, handle horizontal collision, player position, and then we send in a vector to the left. Oh, and raise. I'll send in 5. We do a right. this would, well, I hope it's going to be what I want it to be. We are getting stuck in the wall now. Why are we getting stuck in the wall? That is the collision. That is the question. Handle ground collision and ceiling collision is not handling that part, so we can collapse those. Click size X1. Alright, this is always the left wall collision. Well, I should send in which collision as well as the custom collision. Will be collision info, collision left value, right wall. Not that it's going to change anything, I think. It does. Didn't. It does. Now I'm wondering if this amount we're moving the player out, like we're moving the hit normal object size 0.5. I don't think that is enough. Not 2.6, that would be larger than the object itself, but the distance of this probably be if we move the player out, we'll have the lag, or not the lag, the tiny bounciness. We should move it here, but we need to do something about right, didn't I move? No, that's not what I did with this. Just a vector down from 0.45. 5. That means if this is 0.45 plus 1 be 55, so it's slightly larger than the it also means that we are colliding horizontal movement. See if I can wrong key. Currently I'm not applying speed if I have collision in that direction. It can't have anything to do with this, right? We shouldn't be... It has to be the collision here when I'm setting the player. If we, as I did with the 60 4.6, then it's fine, but we have the jittery effect. But that's fine for now. One thing would be to just check collision or longer in the direction you're moving. Or like... yeah, we could do that. So if we are moving to the left, we would do normal left collision, but we would do less of the right collision. That way we could never get stuck on a wall. Would that... it could lead to weird behavior. But then again, I have my safety with the whole other thing. We do we have horizontal? Do we have facing? Position info, what do we have? Well, there's a lot of weird songs today. Let's grab the private or horizontal mode now. Frame input info. Is that the one I want? No, it's the entity movement input info. Movement input info. Get has data. It should be get data. Movement input info x a 0 0.01. just try this and see what happens. So now there is no issue. We are not getting stuck. If I do this, fine, because we're moving in that direction. Does this mean I can I walk on the box? Cool. I will have to do things about kill these so we don't have all the errors. Yeah, it's working. Collision is working perfectly. I can walk up steps, larger steps, and I can just do the elevator strat. So now I need to check if we have collision. We need to check how much higher up the collision is than our starting point. We might have collision. What we need to do if the hit point Y is larger than the base position Y, then we continue. And I think that should be good. Then we can add a step height. Right, I should just remove the door. Still, that did not work. We are colliding with it. Ground collision. The hit point is larger than the base position. Why? Because the base position should be the pretty far down on the player position. I'm quite confused how it gets past that. Let's open LDTK. I can change the level design a little bit. I don't want to objects, remove the door and move the spawn point over here. Understanding can enable the debugger when I'm playing. Will it work? So it's not reacting to any of these. But it's reacting here all the time. So this would be 54 and this would be 51. Yeah, it can never be higher than the base position, since base position is where it starts. Okay. There's the problem. I have paint, and paint is good. So let's zoom in on our player. This is the player, this is the collision at the bottom. The problem right now we have is that the horizontal collision are brownish collision is not colliding early enough. It's not stopping us from so when we get onto the edge, moving this. When we walk onto the edge, we will have collision. Will be the green one here will be inside of this, which will just give us a boost up, I think. Unless I am also doing it on horizontal collision, no, just the case. The ground collision should be oh, that's the issue. We should use the origin. We're doing that on ceiling collision. I'm not using it on ceiling collision. I'm not using origin on any of them. Didn't change anything. Funny how we kind of fall into the ground when we hit the wall. Huh. What have I done? It wasn't like this before. I change these back. I don't even think I did anything. That's never happening. It worked fine for a while when I could just, when I walked into the wall, or a door, it was acting like a door. And I could jump nicely, but now that is not working. I mean, I switched to origin, which should be better. The inclusion is X, and this should be Y, where we are changing the its position, origin, and then origin Y would be distance between. Yeah. Let's do debug raise. array origin. Then we have direction would be direction. Times object size. Go to the player. There we have them. That is a bit off, I would say. I mean, the distance is good, but they are a bit too high up. Why are they so high up? Horizontal collision. So we start with minus of the base of the object size. Our base position is 0.45, and then we're doing minus. I'm doing that here as well. Using this would be minus. That would start from the top. Should use the fast script reload. These things. Well, that is not what I wanted. Because we are too far down now since I'm doing, okay. Object size minus 0.9. I should use fast script reload, as I said. Now we should stand there at least, and we can go to the player. That is better. So now we have that area, but if I go here, oh, I'm only... Is that the reason why? Array would be direction times object size x. Direction am I doing this wrong? Am I like the direction would be the direction I'm sending it, so it would be like a vector left. Unless I'm really off with unless these are both my oh. That explains a lot. Base position was always on the right side. Now we have them on both sides. Cool. That means if I walk now, I can't. Because now they are too far down. Did I remove something else? No. Oh, that is why I had the... I get it now. That's a shell, not y. Plus equals object size 0.45. Because this is what I wanted to have. If I do that, now I can do the fast script reload, force reload. Now they are in the correct position. Still walk up this though, that's not correct at all. I mean, we're having a little bit more trouble. We are colliding. So let's see what I did wrong with the ground collision as well. Player. Yeah, that seems to be an issue that the it's over there. But why? Because I need to. Because we're taking minus here as well. Yeah. So taking minus object size, we're moving it to the side as well. So we need to take the player position like this. If we don't have a, we could do the same here where we could multiply it by the direction. It would be down. And that is not in the correct position. Now it's right there. We have one collision, so it's only, if we pause when we jump, we should have 3 collisions. We have 3 of them, yeah. That is a problem. The problem is because we're not moving, the rays we are drawing are too short. Well, not too short, but we need to move the player out more from the horizontal collision. I also think I need to move in the front collision is really far out. It should be at the That works. Perfect. Kinda. If I walk into the door, I still get stuck. When I'm colliding with the and jumping, I'm falling so fast. Must be because the ground collision is hitting. And we're moving to play it down extra much. An extra bit. Let's see. Where I did. We are moving the player out to 55. That's good. Copy this just so I can evaluate this. I should do this as well, but the X and the ray amount will be. Then we do same here with the direction. Yep, that between base position should then be we're doing player position, object size 45, type direction. I need the base position to be to the left as well. On X, which is now a distance between ray cast, which is wrong. That would move it slightly further in from the edge. Doing this origin plus we're doing minus, doesn't really matter, we're doing it from a different direction. Object size here is origin direction. I'm doing. There's also origin direction object size. Good. I think I'm doing it correct now. Look at the play. And now we have perfect. Now it's at that edge. If I jump and pause, we can see that they are going in the wrong direction. Let's do a minus here. There we go. Now they're in the correct position. I feel like the problem I'm having with the door is that I'm not sure what is colliding. But if I walk back to the other side where I hit the ledge here. you see that I am the one colliding with the wall. But when I get to the door, I am not the one colliding with the door. While my raycasts aren't what's colliding with the door. Which is really weird. Is this the same if I do it? Can't. Here I'm at least colliding with the wall. The walls are working correctly, doors are not. So aren't doors type ground as well? They are of type ground. I feel like my base collision, this one movement collision, this is the one that is colliding with the door. Would it be the same if I duplicated the door? Moved it here. So the left side is completely fine. I jump over the door now. But the right side is not fine. The left side is totally fine. This is how I want it to be. So there must be something with the movement collision that I have. Remove this one. Because we don't need to move it extra because we are above ground with our raycasts. Interesting. But that is not the problem. Well, I've been going for 2 hours. I'm going to take a small break here. Stretch a little bit before the before I get back into this. I guess I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Okay. Let's see how we can get this collision to work properly. So we have the movement collision. I'm thinking that unless we lag a lot, we're not going to go through. Move distance would be player position minus previous. That would give us the direction, and the distance would be the magnitude, yes. So we have box cast on all of them. Direction is normalized. Then we have the magnitude. But why is the problem only to the right? That is my question. Because that is a really weird behavior, I think. Since I'm sending in, I'm doing the same thing in the handle curve horizontal collision. Well, technically I could remove the check movement collision now, and that would still behave as it should, right? Because we're using the short raycasts, we're still working as before. This. But we are having the same behavior. So I'm wondering, did I add any weird... We do this, we'll pause. Let's check the player. Now we're actually colliding with it, that's good. And if we hide the player sprite, see we're colliding up there, that's fine. And this one is not inside, so it's also fine. But we have been moved down. I wonder why that is. The body collider is not touching. Do we have anything on the player that is touching it? No. Nothing that should have a collision at least. The sprite doesn't, not the model, not the site. All this has, but it's a trigger, so that should be fine. Check what is in the green line. That's a moving platform check, okay. Is there anything in the world right here? To grab the room, or objects in the room, all of them. No, it's all, I mean, it's happening on the wall to the right as well, so it's not a... It would happen if I did this. Then it would also happen on the right wall, but it's not happening on the left wall. Oh, did it? Edit. Project settings. Re-import all assets. I refreshed while I was at the collider now, right? Yeah. I refreshed when I was in play mode, so we got the tiles, the the tile map. But we didn't update the collision because we were in play mode. So that is interesting. My calculation is completely off. You're right, apparently. If I'm just going to remove the right wall collision check. And I want to see if I have something else that is colliding with the wall. I hope I don't. I do. So what is the other thing that is colliding with the wall? Like really, what could it be? Let's try one thing. Layer and ground are colliding. Let's have them not collide. If it's some kind of collider that is messing up. No, it's not. Okay, box cast. Where are we doing box cast? We're doing collision helper, entity moving platform, collision. The entity moving platform component shouldn't affect this. But I just want to see. It is not. So what is on the player that could be? Stats, facing direction, finalize. Well, horizontal movement, knockback, no. It's not active. Melee attack, weapon, collider. Not even active. But it's over there, but it's not active. Pause menu, no. Pick up object component, no. Or interact, inventory is also not there. Skills, no. Transition. We have the teleport, but that is also disabled. Throw is also I really have no idea. Disable the left one as well. I just want to see. Now we can walk through there. And oh, it's the Why? Wait. Correct. But when we hit the wall, we're still going down a little bit. There's something wrong with this. Would this give a better starting at origin and the direction? Now, why wouldn't the ray be drawn when I normalize the direction? All we're doing is sending a ray across in that direction. We're taking the point. We're taking the position is this. So we're moving, closing this. Object size is always positive. And if we are normal, should be pointing to the left. I have one idea. I'm going to do this. I'm going to switch this. I want to see. Oh, I need to enable left collision as well. Now we have the left wall collision. No, it's still behaving. But these raycasts have disappeared. Did I do anything with the bug draw ray here? On its direction. mean, they should be short, but why are they only being seen if I move? Right. That's the only time I do it. So I need to be... Do we have them and the down one? Cool. Do we have them as well? And they should be on the body collider is. One I collision check there. Should be slightly overlapping, yes. So that is good. They work when I do that. Oh, I hit Control P instead of Control Shift P. Huh? This is the problem. We are jumping, but I'm getting through the wall. So I am now having collision with the ground collision, and that is why I get... So with lag, it's behaving weird. I assume. But we are closer to having a good good collision. Just need to figure out why we're not moving as far out on the right side as we are on the left. Why can I not copy the... Why is the left side working so well? Except that I managed to flip. Huh. Because I'm not checking the movement collision. Which is the whole reason I had it. But at least now I know that the check movement collision is not the reason or not working properly. Enable the lag again. We still come through. What? But how? That's why. I was not comparing the closest collision to the starting position of the player. I was taking a new position. Right. I hope. No? Shouldn't be possible. Unless the magnitude is over 10. The problem I had with this was that if I didn't have the check, then the warp at the start would be behaving weirdly, I think. Unless that is fixed now. The player A did collide with something. So if we go to room manager, we can handle this, I think. We're setting to the spawn position. Good. We also need to do player get component entity main, where we need to get the entity info, get data, position info. Position value is player transform position. We need to do it with previous position as well. I wonder if that is good enough. Yeah, cool. See if that changed anything. No. So I'm supposed to do a box cast. Here. From the starting position, which would be our previous position. Distance we moved is the player position minus the previous position. So we take the move distance, which is the direction we moved. And we do the magnitude thing. Get collision layer based on jump, that is good enough. That is the ground and stuff. Grab a hit, we check the normal. Grab the collision point, so X collision, and play position X would be the point. That was the closest to our starting position. Grab the closest X and the point X, point Y. So this should set me the correct position, and we should get the player position back here that we are sending into the next stuff. We should have been positioned nicely in this. Let's go to the player again. That is a lot of move distance. Let me. That is a very. That can't be the distance we moved in a frame, is it? It's way too much to be what we moved in a frame. If we moved that much in a frame, then if I normalize this, would that be better? Oh man, my clap hat. What up, Dram? I have not have any chat in my. What up, Josarn? What up, Dram? Let me fix that. I've had problems with my chat a lot. Been disconnecting and connecting, so I'm not sure if anyone has written anything in forever. But I assume people haven't. There we have the clap hat. Let's do another clap hat. And another one. And a clap. So my Firebot has thank you for the claps. Decided to not work. Let's disconnect the Twitch. Let's connect the Twitch again to see if I get any kind of event. That works. Then I do from here as well. Yeah, okay, now it works. I just reconnected it. All right, how's it going? I'm working on rewriting the collision a little bit, and I'm having a couple of issues. So if I collide on the left, let's do this. We can maximize it for. So my left collision is perfect. Like it's exactly how I want it to be. Really good. We can clip through the ground a little bit, but who cares? But if I go to the right, there's this really weird collision we get sometimes. And we also sink into the ground. And if I jump to a right wall, you can see I'm just zooming down. Super fast. But if I jump into a left wall, it's normal. It's how it should behave. And the reason I'm stumped about this is because I'm running the same code, just different directions. You're playing with the dice roll that the captain made. It's awesome. I'm glad to hear. I heard you talk about that for a bit. And with the race I'm drawing here, it seems like my collision should be correct. If we just go into the scene view, we can see that this is the collision of the player. That is good. Right? Left and right. And if we go left and we pause, we see that we are colliding. Like you can see, there's the edge and it's kind of perfect. If I go to the right, we are... Well, now we're colliding as well, but for some reason we sink into the ground a little bit. And I do not understand why. Why do we sink into the ground? Could it be something... My ceiling collision doing something on the right side? Let's comment out the ceiling collision and see if... Try turning off gravity and Y collision? No, I have not. Before it's my ceiling collision. Never mind then. Amount. Let's make this work in both directions. Then we need to take in a vector to direction, and then we need a custom collision. I was thinking about doing this earlier, but I just didn't. What I do now is add 3 down, and then we're sending collision input, collision ground collision value. Copy this, and then we put ceiling collision and up. So my ceiling collision was not up to date with my ground collision and all the other. Now it's perfect. Nice. So instead of doing a lot of box cast like I did before, I'm just doing raycast right now. And I'm doing one box cast that I was hoping would solve my clipping issue. Maybe you can... Josan, maybe you have an idea why I'm still able to clip. with lag. If I can. Or did I fix that with the ceiling collision fix? You can see that I clip into the wall, but I am getting back into... Maybe I can't clip anymore. It was the ceiling collision doing it. Probably. Because now it's kind of doing what I wanted it to do. Except that the collision is like 1 frame late, but I can't clip through. It was kind of easy before. But this is really nice. Yeah, nice. So, my new collision is working really well. I will have to fix the some of like that. Because did I turn off? Yeah, I turned off the entity moving platform component. That is working, nice. Cool. So then I've fixed my collision. I still have one thing left to do, and that is fix the when you have ceiling collision. Why is there a stutter when you attack? I enabled my lag component. So I attack to simulate lag, a 0.1 second lag. So I could try and clip through the wall. So it's not really there, I just I wanted to try and break it. But yeah, the ceiling collision needs to have a... What did I... Right. Vertical collision. What I want to do... Could do it out here. If collision info, collision, ceiling collision, value is collision, jump info, and what jump info. How did I do this? Or was that in... Ceiling collision change. For some reason, ceiling collision is not changing here. Sending in the value. Oh. So I'm sending in the collision, all the other places I was doing a new collision. We check ground collision from before I am getting a ground collision, so I'm always creating a new one. That's kind of bad. But then we can actually do what I wanted to do. And go to coalition info. Make this into a script. That should give me some arrows now. Shouldn't it? Not there. They struct now, we need to what is this? That would be a value change. Would be a whole ground collision. Probably that I want to set in instead. Not the value. Do this. They would still return a new one all the time. Because you can't do... Sorry about that one. Of the handle C. When it's be value changed, collision. I feel like this could mess up a lot of things. What do you think of ChatGPT and similar? I think they are very good tools for programmers to I think they are very good tools for programmers. If they are used correctly. I think the hype about everything needs to be AI driven right now is terrible. But I do think that it can be used in a lot of good ways. So with this, I am colliding with the wall. If I'm not pressing against the wall, I can jump every now and then. sometimes I can't jump. That has to do with vertical. I'm not using direction. That should changed. Before I didn't need to change all of this, it was just wrong. That's probably why we couldn't jump, because we had ground collision a lot of the time. I think it's better to have it as a struct. Yeah. This is good. This is good. Finally made a good collision system. Still have this issue though. Woo. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. The only thing now is we keep having collision in the ceiling. Like we're not falling down, we just stay in the ceiling. Movement is zeroed. If you check, let me kill this. You see I get stuck and then I fall fast. So when my fall speed gets fast enough, I'm moving too much, so I get unstuck. But if I move out of the collision with the ceiling, you can see me fall immediately. So we are being stuck. We are zeroed. Too much. Too much zero. So I assume we yeah. If I just hit the edge like this, it's as I want it to be. It's just stuck to it. Exactly. I've snapped to it until to the roof until the gravity delta is too much. Until the fall speed is too high. Then we move too much for it to get unstuck. And I know exactly why. If we change this to 55, it should be fine. It is, however, cloud face. I really like the cloud. Now it's good. Cool. And the ground feels good too. So the thing I had is... Okay, let's explain what I'm doing. I have a check moment collision, which is basically 95% of the body or the bounce of my player. So the inner 95%, so the edges are not covered from the box cast, and we just cast from the previous position to the new position. Then we check the closest X collision from the start, if we collide with something. And we also check the closest Y collision. So and then we will move the player. So if it's a corner, we'll always move it perfectly into the corner if we are colliding with more than one thing. So that's what I'm doing first. That is just an extra safety to not clip through anything. And then I'm doing ray casts around the whole body. You can only see one at the bottom, but this is on the collision check. Here you can see this is the collision check, the object we're colliding with, and then we have the raycast going out from it. Well, the collision check is probably not correct. It should maybe... No, it's correct. No, it's not. It should show this. So... why do you need more than boxcast? I need to know what I'm colliding with. I need to know if I only have a boxcast and I'm moving it from the previous position to the new position. When you collide with the ground, unless you move it slightly above the ground, you will always collide with the ground when you move from previous position to new. If you try to jump, you will still have collision with the ground. So now we can see, well, I thought it was... Did I not reload it? I probably did. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I want to... Well, that's basically it. I want to be able to handle where it... I want to have its safety net with the boxcast. So that will never... It's like just a safety feature. I want the raycast to do pretty much everything. Because, as I said, if you collide with the ground, it's really hard to know what you're colliding with. Like, you need to do calculations. What am I colliding with? Offset the boxcast, but by how much? When do you offset the boxcast? And how much? And what? If you offset it more than, like, if you're standing on the ground and you're offsetting it more than to the ground, you'll get this jittery effect where you kind of the player never stays on the ground. You will kind of move it up and be a little just shaking. And if I jump, then I can't offset it. Because if I offset it, my webcam is a bit blurry. Oh, that happens sometimes. Need to refocus. It's bounding box. Thank you. And knowing if there's a... So I want to do different things. If there's ceiling collision, if there's ground collision, if there's wall collision, I want to handle them all differently. And if you only have a boxcast doing it, I need to check where the positions are, and then I need to handle it accordingly. And it's just a lot nicer to have raycasts. I think. Because I didn't get it to work properly with just a boxcast. So, short answer, I'm not good enough to just use a boxcast. Yeah, I didn't get it to work as I wanted to. I started with just a boxcast, and then I thought maybe this will work, and then I couldn't jump. And then I tried to think of ideas of how to jump, and all of them had some kind of drawback. Like, I could disable collision for 1 frame while I jumped. That's bad, because then you can clip through stuff that comes underneath you, and it could be bad behavior and such. I could offset it, but then I would have to have some special thing for just offsetting it when jumping. Because we can't offset it to left and right when we move left and right, because that would make it so we get different behavior if we walk and fall down a ledge, and if we don't turn around, like if we walk off the ledge like this, then turn around. If we were offsetting it while walking off, then would be weird to offset it the other way, because it would push you out from. But that's gonna be it for me. I'm already 12 minutes past my usual ending time. Let's find someone to raid. These days, raid costs aren't very heavy. Thank you for the claps. Forget to follow stuff. Let's go to Irish John. He's nice. We have a Discord, YouTube. I am working on a website. Check it out if you want to. A hard address to it's going to be a blog where I will upload. It has nothing right now except for Humble Bundle. You can support me through Humble Bundle. So I will upload what's it called? Text tutorials for stuff. Potentially things I'm making YouTube videos about as well, but just text tutorials, and also how I solve different things in my game and other projects I'm doing. Cool stuff. Let's did I never started the raid? Raid Irish John Games. Cool. So thanks for watching, and I will be back tomorrow at 11 as usual. That's in 13 hours ish. No idea what I'm doing then, but I'm doing something. I hope. So thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye. What up, Matouche? I'm sorry, we're raiding right now. I'm just about to end. So let's go to Irish John. Thanks for stopping by.
Loading and work in order to make them generate and everything at runtime. But